Hi. Good morning. Saturday, 6:30. Slept great last night. I'm all bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. Okay. I don't know, you guys, what do you want to talk about? I don't have any notes or anything, so I don't know. Well, we could do this. Okay. Good thing I missed. Last time I actually hit the webcam and I had to readjust it. So, yeah, wait, Saturday 6:30? I'm supposed to be fishing. Jeez. Okay, I gotta go. All right, later. I mean, unless you want to come with, you know. Yeah, I do have my custom magnet GoPro mount that I designed, I invented to make it easier. So I'm gonna try this. I don't know how it's gonna work, but you know, it's like, oh my gosh, what the heck is it? All right, let's go. If you want to, you don't have to, you know, but you know, if you have time, you know, you got a minute, you wanna. All right, let's go.
This episode of The Mad Camper has been sponsored by the Animal Humane Society. Squirrels are on clearance. No returns or exchanges.
I'm saving you! I'm saving you! Let me save you! Thank you.
You know, maybe, just maybe, a better choice, I'm just saying, maybe a better choice would have been like a ferret or something. I mean, I've had ferrets, maybe, I don't know, half a dozen of them over the years. They are hilarious, you know? And yeah, they're a little stinky, but you know, who isn't, right? But, you know, here's the thing. If you're having a bad day, you know, and if you need a smile, you know, well, the Mad Camper, right? But do a YouTube search on funny ferrets. I guarantee you, they are just the funniest creatures on the earth. You know, they're great. So anyway, I just got back from my fishing trip. Okay, so I just sat down. I'm doing editing. So, you guys, yeah, woohoo, yeah, did not go according to plan. I had to abort the mission, had to abort the mission. Jeez, I'll explain, but, I've got, I've got some funny narrative, from my dash cam on the way there. So let's take a look at that. Jeez. And wait. Bait. Sorry. Oh, bait. That was accidental. But go ahead, ask the question. I know what you're thinking. So did you No, I didn't. And you can fill in the blank. Did did the kayak make it on the water? Well, about this far. And then I had to abort the mission. But I still, you know, you guys, I still had fun. I met some new friends, you know, near the boat launch. I'll explain. But let's take a look at some dash cam. All right. Okay, Sunday morning, I restarted the campfire. Okay. Now, no, I'll do the mowing this afternoon. Just back off. I'll get to it. All right. So yeah, now, this dash cam footage, I had to create like a separate video. And so I'm going to do voiceover because, well, you'll see. But I have to throw on headphones just because of audio feedback and the software I'm using. And, it's complicated. All right. So, so anyway, let's go. Let's take, oh, by the way, so I'm 15 minutes down the highway, and then I remembered I forgot my permit for the boat launch. So I had to drive back to the house, and so here we go. So by the way, here's my camper, my 30-foot, that I sleep in once in a while, which I love. And if you want to steal my camper, I've got security cameras set up, so good luck with that. So anyway, I'm like, geez, man. So I go in the house and I grab my permit, and I'm showing you guys, I'm an idiot. So, so yeah, okay, bye, bye. And I can't remember what these are called, but they're an invasive species, haciendas or something. But and do not compare my. And by the way, I've talked about them before. This is my wonderful, really giving Hmong family. They bring me food all the time. But do not compare the two lawns, all right? I'm just saying, judge not lest ye be judged. King James Version. I don't know why they named it after me. But
okay, so
all right.
now we're crossing the St. Croix River, which separates Minnesota from Wisconsin. And we're getting ready to go over the new, well, they put this bridge in, 10 years ago? This is the new Stillwater Bridge that goes across the St. Croix River. It's really nice. And
it's a beautiful day.
The old one, like I said, about 10 years ago. I don't know, that one fell down and a bunch of people got hurt. And, no, I'm kidding. But yeah,
no, they didn't.
Yeah, it's kind of a cool bridge.
Let me stop. So the audio on that dash cam is horrible. Tons of wind noise. I don't know why, but I had my window up. So I'm thinking it's like the fan inside the truck or something. I don't know, but it just bugs me because I'm an audio tech, right? Used to be an audio technician. So
we're now in Wisconsin.
Take the County Road E exit, then continue on to County Road E.
I know.
Monica from Friends? I know!
But, so we're in Wisconsin, and I'm starting to feel a little dumber. I think I just lost about 10 IQ points. I don't know. I'm kidding.
That's mean.
Continue on County Road E for 3 miles.
Wisconsin people are smart.
So yeah, Wisconsin is, it's pretty, I guess. I don't know. We'll see if there's any fish in Wisconsin. Jeez.
If we can get on the lake. Jeez.
Bass Lake Cheese Factory. Shut up. I'm gonna have to stop there on the way home.
I forgot.
And get myself some cheese.
Oh, oh now
I'm
don't
kidding.
Don't make
Stop
fun. When you cross the bridge into Wisconsin, there's like border security where they check to see if you have a banjo or not. I'm kidding.
I'm joking. Packers fans, whatever.
Turn left onto County Highway I, County Road I.
County Road I?
I should turn on County Road I.
I?
Ay, ay, ay. And that's what's funny about Wisconsin. All of their highways are letters.
Continue on County Highway I for 1 mile.
And then when they ran out of letters, they added letters. So there are highways in Wisconsin that are like BB and JJ. And
It's true.
funny.
It's true. Look it up.
It's like Wisconsin has a hard time with math. Like Highway 36 and Highway 94 and Highway 35E, you know.
In Minnesota. Oh yeah, I said it. All right.
Wow, it's a big lake.
Beautiful.
All right. We have arrived.
Beautiful day, beautiful lake. Wish I could have seen it better.
Right.
So I'm pulling in.
Morning. My first time here. Where should I park?
Anywhere.
I don't want to take up 2 spots, but
So that's Grant. Funny story about Grant and his mom coming up later, but Grant was just this probably 16-year-old, you know, and he's just hanging around the parking lot, and you know, friendly kid, you know, but I'm like a little bit sus, right? A little bit sketchy. Like, why are you just hanging around? So I'll explain. Nice kid. All right, so pulling into like a big parking spot. So here I'm backing down to the boat launch. All right. Oh, so wait. So yeah. So here's what happened. So I'm talking to Grant, and we're down, like I'm unloading my stuff. You know, I pulled my big bin. You know, you guys have seen that, you know, 3 or 4 videos ago. I've got my kayak inflatable in this big bin with wheels on it, right? So I can pull it, you know, and it works great. So I've got my kayak spread out, you know, this much into the lake. And so I've got my inflatable pump, right? I've talked about it before. It was like $25 or something, rechargeable USB. So I hooked this thing up to the kayak. Bzzz. So the kayak has 3 chambers, you know, port and starboard. You know, port is to the left and starboard is to the right. So it's got 3 chambers, port, starboard, and the floor, right, the bottom. So I'm inflating the port side, you know, and you can tell when it's got enough air in there because the pump goes, you know, when you hold your hand in a hairdryer, right? Don't do that. But, you know, I can tell when it's, you know, so I unhook it and it's fine. It's inflated. It, you know, it feels good, you know. And this is the international symbol sign language for, you know, testing your kayak, right? So, so I hook the pump up to the starboard side. It's going up and it's, you know, feeling good. So I put the plug in, you know, and so I'm getting all my gear ready and, you know, putting stuff on the dock, because normally what I do in my other unsuccessful fishing trips, you know, I put the kayak, once it's inflated, I put it alongside the kayak, and I have a thing where I tie it to the dock, and I load all my crap in there, right? Well, so I'm getting ready to do that, and unloading and getting stuff ready, and then I'm looking at the starboard side, and it's like, you know, something's not right, you know? So I pull the plug out, hook up the pump again, bzzz, put the plug in, and, you know, talking to Grant and laughing, and, you know, and so here's the here's the funny story about Grant and his mom. So I'm like, dude, why aren't you on the water? he's hanging around his, truck and trailer in the parking lot. And he's like, well, my mom is on the lake. I'm like, okay, cool. And he's like, but, the trolling motor crapped out. They've got like a 16-foot, just a very simple aluminum, fishing boat. So mom is on the lake, stranded. The wind is like blowing her around. And the motor quit. So we talked about that. Like, it's like, and he's like, yeah, we charged the battery. It was fully charged. I'm like, so the electrical connections and, and so, so he's on his cell phone with mom in the middle of the lake, like a long ways away, and so I'm like, so does she have a paddle? And Grant is like, well, there's a shovel in there. I'm like, a shovel? He's like, yeah, one of these camping, I'm like, one of those folding ones like I have. He's like, no, it's a regular, just a small. So what happened was another boater with a pretty big boat saw what was going on. Well, he towed her back to the dock. And so mom is like, thank you, okay, bye. So mom's pulling up to the dock. So I go out to the dock and I'm like, Mom, welcome back to shore. And she had no idea who I was, she laughed. And I'm like, well, I'm talking to Grant. And it's like, so, what happened? And she's like, well, I was out in the middle of the lake and just, I don't think she was fishing. I don't know what she was doing, but the motor crapped out. So, so we laughed and we talked about it. And I looked at the connections and the battery and all that. And it, and Grant is like, I don't know if it got tangled in weeds and it burnt the motor out or whatever. I'm like, yeah, I don't know. But anyway, so just a funny story. It's like mom is stranded in the middle of the lake, like getting blown around. I'm like, so, well, I mean, we could wait until mom gets blown across, fairly close to shore, even though it's private property. She could run through someone's backyard and you could pick her up. But so my thing, so I'm unloading all my stuff and talking, I'm on the dock and it's like the starboard side is like, there's a leak in my kayak. So yeah, I had to abort the mission. So we're laughing about that. And then we see another kayaker coming up, whatever. He's actually on the lake, actually fishing. But he's got one of these hard plastic ones. All right. And I did research and I thought about it. These big, heavy plastic, hard plastic kayaks, fishing kayaks, they're expensive. I spent less than $200 on mine. Well, these are like $1,500. I'm sure his was that much. So anyway, this guy, a little bit older, closer to my age. Hey, how you doing? Any luck? And he's like, yeah, oh yeah. I'm like, so where are the hot spots? And he's like, well, if you go, and he explained, all that. But so he was telling a story how he caught a northern. I mean, if you're in Minnesota, we call it a northern. A lot of people call it a pike, but species, right? But he's like, I caught a 40-inch northern. Now, this is a pretty good sized northern. Now, this is a really fun channel. I'll leave a link below, but this guy is just really mellow, and but he catches big fish. But here's a bigger one that he caught. All right. So what is it? Like, I don't know, 32 inches or 36? Well, this kayaker said his was 40 inches. So here's another one. And he said what happened was he caught this fish on, whatever, port or starboard, whatever. And the fish immediately, and northerns fight. They're like aggressive. They're like mean. You don't go and grab them by the lower lip like you would a bass and hold him up, because their teeth are like really sharp, right? Even though I've never caught one. But anyway, this huge northern went under his kayak and it flipped him. He flipped his kayak because this thing was so strong. And he's like, oh, geez. And it flipped his kayak. And it started like pulling him across the lake. So, you know, it's like, I mean, kind of a funny story. But yeah, geez. That's why I bought an inflatable. I mean, you know, there's some drawbacks, right? But these plastic ones, they're not as, and the first time I went out, I was a little bit sketchy, right? It's like, I don't know. So I get in my inflatable and I'm out in the lake and I did this. You know, I tested and it was very, very stable. So, you know, I'm not going to try it, but I've seen people like stand up in their inflatable kayaks and fish that way, right? Instead of a big bass boat with like the, you know, the platform or whatever, and you stand there and, you know. So anyway, so you guys, this fishing trip, you know, yes, you know, international symbol for deflated, you know, abort mission kayak, you know, but, so I gotta figure it out. So I'm gonna spray soap on there and figure out, you know, where the bubbles come out and figure that out and patch it or whatever. But so anyway, long story short, I actually had fun on this, you know, abort mission fishing trip. Jeez, you know, but it's like, you know, whatever, you know, it was a beautiful drive into, you know, Cheese World. I enjoyed it, whatever, you know, and I hope you guys like get out and do something, even if it's a disaster, right? You know, I don't know, go in the backyard, build a fire, you know, cook pancakes or something or whatever, you know, just try something new. This was a brand new lake. I've never been there before, but Grant and his mom were really funny, and I doubt I'll ever see them again, right? But just in the moment, right? And I've talked about it before, living, right? Just another story, you know, to put into my, you know, sitting around a campfire with other people. Oh, I've got a funny story. Right? So I hope you guys get out. Just get out. Do something. Go for a walk around the block or something. Bike ride or, you know, whatever you can do. And I know a lot of you are struggling. I get it. But I'm just saying, getting out and, you know, especially mowing, that is especially, you know, all right, I got to go, you guys. I do actually have to mow. All right, I mean it this time. All right, so thanks for all your comments. I'll get to them. All right, I promise. All right, bye. Thanks for sticking around. All right. All right, bye.